Alright, mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alright, we're live, and as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, today is the day 50 of my programming for 258 series and day 46 of my C++ for 108 series. That's it. Today I'm going to be going over SDL3 in C++. Yesterday night I did stay up for pretty long, and I figured out how to install SDL3 and set it up on my Visual Studio. That said, let's go to my main camera, guys. It was really actually, let's go to my gameplay screen first. That said, guys, it was really tough to set SDL3. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, let's say something let's say I'm live. And that said, guys, I'm gonna be using Visual Studio from now on instead of Visual Code. Let's see how it goes, and did I install it properly or not. Okay, then let the stream begin. Listen well, people and viewers, for what you are about to witness isn't just coding, it's forging. Each line of code we write today is a strike of the hammer, each error a spark of the anvil of growth. SDL3 isn't just a library, it's the language through which we command the screen itself. With it, we create windows into our imagination, worlds that obey our logic, and characters that move because we wield them wrong. Is that how I pronounce it? The difference between an ordinary developer and a creator is that the creator doesn't wait for magic, they code it. I don't think that this code was said by Sensei. That said, guys, you guys gotta fact check it. Okay, now steady your mind, sharpen your focus, because today we begin with the heartbeat of all games, initializing SDL and creating your very first window. Okay, wait, let me say something let's say SDL or SDL3 question mark. Are they the same or different, guys? Because there were SDL2 and SDL as well. For some reason I went with SDL3 because I thought it was the latest version. Are they completely different? Okay, good question, people, and listen closely, because this is where many weaklings are confused and fall. SDL and SDL3 are connected but not identical. Okay, think of it like this. SDL, simple direct media layer, is the family name, the overall protect, that began decades ago to help developers control graphics, sound, and input easily in C++ and C. SDL2 and SDL3 are versions of that library, each one improving modernization and sometimes breaking the old rules. I see. Now, here's the key difference for your journey. SDL2, the previous stable version, used for years but tons of game. SDL3, the generation redesigned for simplicity, consistency, and better cross-platforms support. Some functions changed names, parameters, and were simplified, and some subsystems for clear. Oh, I see, guys, give me a sec. Honestly, let me actually get my two streams all the way up here so I can see the chats for them. There we go. Okay, let's just zoom that out a bit. Okay, Alright, perfect. Let's get that all the way right here. Guys, I should have actually done this part off stream. That said, okay, sometime I don't have enough time off stream. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and do that there as well. Just keep that there. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty much good. I think that's perfect. Okay, when we say SDL3, we mean we're using the latest version of SDL, but the ideas of creating windows, drawing, handling, input remain the same. The syntax just evolved. So when you see tutorials talk about SDL, don't panic. 90% of the logic applies. You just have to learn SDL3 API, renamed or refined. Guys, I honestly haven't learned of API. SDL whole family, SDL2 the older veteran, or veteran is how you pronounce it. SDL3 the new champion you're training under. Now tell me, are you ready to summon your first SDL3 window from the void? Let's say something like yes, let's say. That said, guys, I honestly don't know how to use SDL because I didn't have time to work off stream. That said, excellent, people, that's the kind of energy I want from you and everyone watching. Now pay attention, because this right here is the birth of your first SDL universe. So let's talk about what happens, when you open a window. Just like, guys, I think I just got a call. Hold up, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's talk about what happens when you open a window in SDL3. What magic invokes? The SDL3 window creation process explained like a sorcerer engineer. Okay, so every SDL program has 4 essential steps. They're found. Okay, they are your 4 scared runs or sacred runs or something, guys. Okay, initialize SDL. You awaken the SDL system, keyboard, mouse, graphics, etc. using SDL.init. Honestly, I feel like that is the same as like Pygame, the way we initialize Pygame, like Pygame.init. That said, inside I go with something like SDL.init.video, everything capitalized. Okay, this sets the environment so your program can talk to your computer's graphics hardware, create a window. You open a visible area on the screen with SDL_create window. I'm assuming this is the same as pygame.display.set_mode to like set a window. Guys, I feel I shouldn't like talk in Python terms. Okay, my SDL3 window 100, 100, 800, 600, 0. The parameter means my SDL window, the title, okay. 100, 100, x-axis, y-axis on the screen. And then 800, 600 width and height. Okay, in Python we used to have this in like a tuple or like a pair of parentheses. 80 window flags, full screen, resizable, etc. Can be added later, okay. Wait for handles, so 0 is window flags. Wait for handle events. If you don't handle events, your program freezes or immediately closes. You must keep listening until you receive a quit event. Okay, so this is basically like in terms of Python again, guys, when we like create an event loop and we do something like for every event in my pygame.event.get that gets all the event, I'm gonna check if my event.type equals to pygame.quit. If it is, then I set my is_running boolean variable to be false. I think it's something like that. Okay, so we go with something like SDL_event, okay. Boolean running, okay, so it's the same as is running, which is set to true, and then while running, while my running variable is set to true, or while my program is running, I use a while loop. Okay, while my SDL_poll event with a address of operator or a ampersand event, so we get our event variable by reference. Okay, if my event.type equals to SDL_event_quit, I set my running to be false so my window ends. Destroy and quit. Once you're done, clean up memory. This is your honor as a programmer, so we go with SDL_destroy window. I think that's the same as pygame.quit. What up, guys? I'm getting a call again. Okay, give me a check, guys. Okay, perfect. Guys, I just had to like message someone is calling me. Okay, what language? Honestly, this is C++. That's it. I am starting with SDL. Now, this is where the fun begins, guys. Okay, that's it. The full loop of life existence and destruction for your SDL world. Okay, SDL_quit is the same as pygame.quit, I'm assuming. Next, I'll give you your first instructional based question. Okay, let me say something like ready, let's say exclamation. Guys, I do not think that I'll be able to do this instructional based question properly though. Okay, include SDL. Okay, with these kind of instructions I might actually do it. Okay, hence you will need all these events. No render or drawing is needed just yet. It's just about creating and showing the window. Midnight grind. Honestly, guys, it is like 12 o'clock here. It's like almost morning. I just woke up like 2 hours ago. Okay, that said, let's get Sensei/ChatGPT there and open the instructions up. Okay, now guys, I am using Visual Studio instead of Visual Studio Code right now. That said, let's hope I don't mess this up. Hold up. Actually, guys, I don't know how to like start writing this code. So give me a sec. Let me just extend that a little. Extend it from here as well. Maybe zoom in a bit and say something like Sensei. I don't think I can write the code ... Maybe can I get a broken code first question mark, because I might have to like solve a broken code question. So this is where your mind trembles before the word, people. Fine, I'll give you a broken code version, but you better fix it yourself. Remember, if you don't figure this out, I will make you rewrite it until the compiler begs for mercy. Okay, so this is the broken code. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that broken code. Let's get Sensei/ChatGPT all the way here. Okay, maybe just zoom out a bit. Okay, now let's go ahead and paste the broken code. Okay, so there are 3 errors. The first error comes in display, second there, third here. Although before any of that, I did include a pair of ankle braces, then I included SDL3/SDL.h. Okay. Okay, when I go with something like SDL underscore init, I'm pretty sure I gotta write something like, guys, why is it like, there we go. Okay, I'm pretty sure I gotta go with something like SDL, let's go with, guys, what are all these things just popping up? Okay, I'll go with something like SDL underscore, did I need to type underscore, guys? I will be copying for the first question. Let's scroll all the way up, like all the way up, there we go. Okay, so firstly I go with STL underscore init underscore video. Okay, so it's all capitals, so I'm gonna go with something like STL underscore init underscore video. There we go. Okay, and then next up in my boolean is running. I go ahead and create something like integer main, and then I create a window. Okay, can I like get this in a new line so like it's more readable? Guys, I can't see anything because of that thing that just pops up. There we go. Can I do that? There we go. Okay, I think I need to add like a 0 here as well. Okay, I didn't. Missing something. Maybe I add my semicolon there now. Okay. Okay, so firstly I went with sdl.init. Next up, when I create a window, I gotta go with Vivek's first SDL window. 200, 100, 800, 600. So there's 2. There's the x-axis, y-axis. Here's the width, here's the height. Are you using WSL or not? Honestly, I'm like working with SDL in like Visual Studio. That said, this is the title, so that's the title. That's the position, x-axis, y-axis. That's the width and height. 0 is for that. Okay, in that case, what happens if I like get this all the way up here? Okay, maybe I go with something like enter. Huh. Okay, let's move on to the next part. So when we go with something like the boolean, so we go with something like boolean e.type. What up, guys? Let me go with the controller. Control C, copy that, gets in /chat here. Guys, I have like no idea whatsoever on like what's going on, because whatchamacallit, I don't think that I actually did like work much with this. I actually didn't work at all with SDLs. That said, let's go ahead and paste this, go with shift enter and say something like, say, I feel like I don't know the syntaxes to actually figure out what's wrong. Maybe can you help me with this one question mark? Okay, let's see. I see your struggle, pupil. You're trying, but SDL is a little trickier. Okay, and a little trickier. Okay, good. This is where I make you stronger. SDL, then SDL2, good. Okay, let's break it down. SDL underscore init. In SDL3, SDL underscore init can fail, and you should check, then run it. Okay, so if SDL, okay. I do want to analyze a whole code real quick. Hold up, guys. Let me say something like, Sensei, can I get a whole code so I can analyze it? Because I honestly don't know what goes where and why. Guys, I actually might have to read like a correct code. Okay, fine, I'll give you a full working code. Okay, so firstly we include SDL. Firstly, we include SDL3/SDL.h, and then we include IOStream. Next up, we go with something like integer arg. Okay, why do we have integer arg here? Let me say something like, say, maybe just a basic code for a window question mark. That code looks too complex. Guys, I feel like SDL is already getting harder than Pygames. Okay, so firstly we include, there we go. Here's the simplest SDL3 code to open a window. So we include SDL, and then we go and create a main function. Inside the main function, we go with something like SDL underscore init, SDL underscore init underscore video to start SDL video, okay? And then we go with something like SDL underscore window with a ampersand or a adversarial operator of my window. Is that like a variable? So here's the first question. Let's go ahead and copy that. That's window title, window position, window width and height, no special flags. Let me go ahead and paste that. Go with shift enter and say, first question should say, why did we add a asterisk, and also, okay, what does this line mean, question mark? Let's go with something like, is window a variable? And okay, is window a variable, and is SDL underscore window with an asterisk. Actually, it's not an address of operator, my bad guys, it's an asterisk. Okay, is that a data member, question mark? Okay, although before I do send the code, I do want to analyze the rest code. Okay, so I go ahead and create a boolean variable called running, which is set to true, and then I go with something like SDL underscore E and E. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that as well. Let's go with shift enter, go ahead and paste that, go with shift enter again and say something like, second question, should say, that's a poster, bro. Poster? Honestly, I haven't like heard of posters. Okay, howdy, Mr. Hackett. Is that how you pronounce your name, Hackett Tech? I appreciate you joining the stream. That's a pointer? Honestly, that does make sense. I forgot that for a sec, guys. Okay, let's say something like, second question, sensei. What does SDL underscore, is that underscore event E mean slash does, question mark, and is E a variable, and is, okay, and is SDL underscore, let's say, event a data member, question mark? Okay, what is the language? Honestly, it is C++. That said, let's scroll all the way down. Then we go ahead and create a while loop. So while running, we go with SDL poll event, okay, with a address of operator of E. If my E dot type equals to SDL dot quit. Okay, before that I might ask another question. Let's go ahead and copy this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with shift enter, paste it, go with shift enter again and say something like sensei. Okay, honestly I might go with something like, okay, something like third, okay, third question, sensei, what does this part mean, dot question mark? I didn't understand. Okay, didn't understand, there we go. Okay, C++, howdy Mr. Hacker Tech, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that's that. What does this part mean? I didn't understand it, full stop. And next up we go with if E, I think I understand this part. And then SDL underscore destroy window cleanup, SDL underscore quit. I think I understood that part. Let's go ahead and send the code. Let's see. Vanillum, is that how you pronounce your name? Okay, good. Finally, you're asking the question that separates novices from warriors. Listen closely, people. This is crucial. SDL underscore window with the pointer of this window equals to create window, create SDL underscore create window. SDL underscore window with a asterisk or a pointer means this is a pointer to SDL window. Okay, a pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of something else instead of the actual object. Think of it like a map that tells your program where the window lives in memory. Window, this is your variable name. It will hold the address of the window SDL creates. Oh, I see. Okay, so basically in Python when we go with something like pygame.display.set underscore mode, that basically means like we do that and then we add a variable to it or something like that to like set like my width variable, height variable, this is my window size and everything. I think it's something like that. Okay, a pointer is a variable and then window is your variable name. It will hold the address of the window SDL creates. Then we go with something like SDL create window. This function creates a new window in memory and returns the pointer to it. Okay, that pointer is what you store in window. Okay, so in simple terms, I'm asking SDL to make a window. Yours a pointer called window that tells me where that window exists so I can talk to it later. And then SDL underscore event E, SDL underscore event, this is a struct type, basically a container that holds information about events, keyboard press, mouse click, window close, etc. I see. Okay, what's up little brother? How are you doing, Ellie? I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, that said, E, this is your variable of type SDL underscore event. Every time an event happens, SDL will put its details into this variable. Think of it like E is a box. Every time the user presses a key, moves the mouse closer to the window, okay, SDL puts the event info inside E, then you can look inside the box and see what happened. I think I may be honest to just a little bit of that. That said, SDL underscore poll event with a parameter of the reference of E, okay. SDL underscore poll event, this is a function that checks if any event happened since the last time you checked, okay. This is the address of your event variable. We use a ref address of operator or an ampersand. The function needs to fill your box E with event info directly in memory, not just a copy. Okay, I think I see. How doing, Yash? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay guys, that said, I think maybe I'm understanding just a little bit how it works. SDL looks at the event QA, is that you pronounce that? All events that happen, clicks key press, window closes. If there is an event, it copies the event info into E, returns 1 if an event was found, 0 if no event are waiting. Think of it like a mailman SDL underscore poll event delivering a package, the event to your mailbox. If nothing arrived, the mailbox is empty and you move on. People, I want you to repeat this in your own words. Explain me what this means. Okay guys, now that I actually understood what this like basically meant, I'm gonna be copying this code real quick. How doing, Sidnesh, is that how you pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream as well. That said, let's get some taste of ChatGPT in the other display. Guys, I am going to be copying this code real quick. That's insane roll. Okay, because I do want to see how it works. I don't want to get my muscle memories on it. That said, I'll go with Control A and start off by deleting everything. Next up, firstly, let's go ahead and include something. So I'm going to start off by including a pair of ankle braces. Did I spell it correct? There we go. So include a pair of ankle braces. I want to include something. Let's include SDL3. So I'm going to include SDL3 slash SDL.h. Okay, so after including that, I'm going to go all the way down and create a main function. So I'll go with something like I'll go with something like integer main, add a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of curly. Guys, what are all those stuff? Like, how do we cancel those stuff off? There we go. Okay, and then inside of our main function, I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be initializing SDL by typing something like SDL underscore init. So I'll go with something like SDL underscore init, init, INIT. Okay, and then I'll add a pair of parentheses. Inside my pair of parentheses, I'm going to be going with SDL underscore init underscore video. So I'll go with something like SDL underscore, guys, what are all these things? There we go. Okay, SDL underscore init underscore video, all in caps. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and end this with a semicolon. Then I go a little lower, tap accept. I don't want to return 0. Guys, is there a way to like get rid of these helpers? Okay, that said, I go with SDL underscore window. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like SDL underscore window with a pointer or a asterisk. Okay, and then I'm going to be creating a window object which is going to be equal to SDL underscore create window. I'm gonna go with some, guys, why does it already like say the whole thing up? Okay, that's it. I'll try like getting rid of those later after the stream. I'll go with something like SDL underscore create window. So I'm gonna go with something like create window. Okay, with a pair of parentheses. And then once I create the window, maybe I'll go in like a new line. There we go. Okay, and then inside my line, firstly, I need a window title. So I'm gonna go ahead. Maybe I'll add a comment that says something like window title. Guys, how does SDL know what I'm gonna, how does Visual Studio know what I'm gonna be typing? Now, inside this, I'm gonna go with a pair of double quotes and type something like, window, exclamation. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with a comma, go in a new line. Oh my gosh, guys, how do we get rid of that stuff? Hold up, guys, let me actually delete this part real quick. Before I go with the comma, I'll go with, whatchamacallit. This is gonna be something like title. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with a comma, I'll go in a new line. Next up, I need to get my position. So x-axis, y-axis. I'll set my x-axis to be 100, and let's say y-axis is 100 as well. And then before I add a comma, I'm gonna go with, another comment that says something like positions. Okay, and then I'll go with a comma. What up, guys? Let's go ahead and delete that, add a comma here. Okay, and then add a comma here as well. That is my positions. And now I gotta go with my width and height. Let's say my width is gonna be something like 640 and my height is gonna be something like 480. And then I'm gonna go with a comma and maybe add a comment. Okay, my comment is gonna say something like width and height. Width and height. There we go. Okay, now after that, guys, should this be in a pair of double quotes or something? Should I go ahead and add this in a pair of parentheses? Okay, we need to add it in a pair of parentheses. I don't know why did Sensei not add it in a pair of parentheses. Okay, next up, I'm gonna go ahead and go with 0. This is no special flags. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another comment that says something like no, or window flags. Window flags. Okay, and then let's go ahead and end my SDL_create window with a semicolon. Okay, do you go to school? Honestly, I am a freshman in college. That's it, I did start college like I think a few months ago. Kinda excited. Okay, guys, I think I got this in check. Next up, under this, I gotta go ahead and create a boolean running. And guys, I am actually like looking at a reference code to do this because like I never wrote this, so I'm not used to like calling these functions out. That's it, I'm gonna be creating a variable called is running. There we go. I'm going to be setting that to true, ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then I'm going to do something like SDL_event E. Okay, I don't know what that is for though. Does this check for an event? I'll go with something like SDL_event E, ending with a semicolon. Okay, guys, I do want to blow my nose actually. It's kind of hot here. I should actually on the, I should on the fan or something. Okay, give me a sec, guys. Let me actually mute myself and like even hide my camera real quick. There we go. Okay, let me hide this camera too. Alright, give me a sec, guys. Already, mic testing, mic testing. What up, guys? Let me open my camera back. Okay, guys, I had to actually blow my nose. I feel it was way too congested. Okay, that said, let me go to the center of my screen and then get Sensei/ChatGPT here as well again. Okay, now I go ahead and do SDL3. Under that, I'm gonna go ahead and add a while loop. So let's go ahead and add a while loop. So I'll go with something like while is running, while my program is running, or while my is running is set to true. I'm gonna do something. I'll go with the proud curly brace. And how do we get rid of all this, guys? Like, there we go. Okay, what are you developing? I'm JavaScript developer though. I don't okay, hold up, guys, couldn't like read that properly. Okay, I do know C++. It looks like game dev to me. Honestly, that does make sense. I am like trying to master SDL. Today is like the first day of me actually learning SDL. Yesterday night, I spent like so long trying to figure out how to install SDL3 in like Visual Studio, because usually I used to use Visual Studio Code, but like I heard that SDL only works nicely on like Visual Studio. You guys could like fact check me. That's it. I am like learning the basic syntaxes for it. Okay, next up I go with something like SDL_poll event. Okay, with a pair of parentheses, and then I'm gonna go with a address of operator or ampersand of my E. Okay, and guys, I feel like SDL literally does everything. I mean, Visual Studio literally does everything for me. How do we get rid of those helper stuff? Should I just cancel this or like disable it? Move definition location. Okay, never mind. Next up, I'm gonna end this with a semicolon. Guys, how do I get rid of this? Like, this is like, it's so annoying. It tells me exactly what to do. That's I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses, okay? I'm gonna do something like if my e dot type, okay, this part is the same as Python. If my e dot type equals to, let's go with something like SDL underscore quit, SDL underscore all uppercase quit. I'm gonna do something. I'll go with the pair of curly braces. Okay, did I spell SDL underscore quit wrong? I think I spelled it correct. If my e dot type equals to SDL underscore quit, okay, SDL underscore, is there something related to quit? There is that quit. Okay, let's go ahead and run that. How does this work? Huh. Okay, maybe I'm gonna just try it. I'll go with something like is underscore running is gonna be equal to false ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. Okay, next up, this closes my window, so I could honestly add a comment under here, say something like closes window. Okay, closes window when user clicks X. Okay, I could actually write that closes window when user clicks X. Okay, next up, after both of them, I'm gonna go ahead and add a few spaces and go ahead and end. So I'm gonna do SDL underscore destroy window. Okay, so let's go with something like SDL underscore destroy. Okay, isn't there any destroy window? Destroy window, so I'm gonna go with something like window and then add a pair of parentheses and add my window variable. Okay, and then I'm gonna end that with a semicolon. I'll add a comment that says something like clean up. Okay, then let's zoom out a bit. And then I'll go with something like SDL underscore quit with a pair of parentheses ending with a semicolon. Okay, this is gonna quit SDL. Okay, it is a function. Oh, I see. Okay, the comments are good, but they shouldn't be on every line. Also, if you're using a boolean flag, initialize it at the top global scope instead of placing it between the code. Happy coding. Honestly, that does make sense. The reason SDL quit underscore clean up. Okay, all initialized subsystems. Ah, I see. Okay, that said, whatchamacallit, the reason I am adding comments is for me actually understand the code, like, just for the time being. That said, why is my SDL underscore quit not working? I think this should be lowercase. Hold up, guys. Guys, this is so annoying. How do I, like, remove this editor? Should I, like, cancel this whole part? Guys, how do I remove that? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like lowercase SDL underscore quit. Okay, now, I'm assuming oh my gosh, guys, this is so annoying. How do you remove this stuff? It keeps popping up. There we go. I think that might work. Okay, if e.type equals to SDL underscore quit. Okay, this should be all uppercase. Hold up, let me go with a bunch of control T's. Okay, what happens if I would hit control S to save the code and run the command? Let's see what happens. Okay, is it a function? What up, guys? It's so hard to see the chats from here. Yup, SDL underscore quit. Oh, I see. Okay, there were build errors. Would you like to combine and run the last successful program? I'll go with something like no. Why were there build errors? It's correct according to wiki. It is. Then why do I see like it read underline here? Should I like use the local window debugger? Okay, there were errors. Would you like to run the last successful code? I'll go with something like no. SDL underscore quit is the event name. It's the event name. Okay, guys, why did Nightbot delete all messages? SDL underscore quit is the event name. Okay, tip, this case for function, the case for const, SDL quit is function. Huh, where can I learn to code? I really want journalism, is that how you pronounce it? Honestly, that said, like, how do I, like, should I, like, write here something else? If it's SDL underscore quit, tip this case for function, this case for const. Oh, I see. Okay, that actually makes sense. So, like, the camel type case for, like, functions and the uppercase for const. Okay, and then SDL underscore quit is a function. Honestly, let's go with the control. Like, control C, copy that. Let's get sensei/chatgpt here. What up, guys? I think it's the correct code because, like, is it something like SDL or, like, I didn't like install SDL properly? Let me zoom in a little. Okay, now let's go ahead and paste this, go with shift enter and say something like sensei. The code says, this code says that I have build errors. Okay, question mark. Let's see, guys. Why do I have build errors? W clickbait. Clickbait, guys. I think like I didn't have a clickbait. Okay, that said, I see exactly what's going on, people. You're making mistakes, the beginners. Okay, that beginners I will fall into, and I will not let you slip by without knowing why. Look at this part closely. 100 within height, that is not how you pass two numbers in C++. 100 is actually comma expressed, which evaluates the last value. Okay, to remove the parentheses, just enable Copilot chat, dude. How do we enable Copilot chat? Okay, why is brought light mode on chat GPT? Honestly, guys, I cannot remove the light mode because like I didn't buy the Windows key for like whatchamacallit, the new PC that I actually got. It does cost like 200 bucks, guys. That's it. Another small thing, SDL underscore init, SDL underscore init video always checks. Okay. What up? Let's go ahead and copy this part real quick. I do want to see if Sensei's version works. That gives me two errors. It gives an error in line 9 and in line 18. Okay, let's go with Control-C, get Sensei/ChatGPT back here. Okay, now let's go ahead and paste this, go with Shift Enter and say something like Sensei, I see a error in line 9 and 18 when I copy pasted your code ... Okay guys, honestly I do think I might have to go with like Copilot. Just buy OEM key, that's not a good opinion but super cheap. It's not a good opinion, I see. Okay, I see what's happening, people. This is a classic SDL3 trap for newcomers. The error you're seeing are likely because SDL3 changed some function names and cons for SDL. Line 9 SDL3 create window. I gotta go with cons char. Huh. Okay, should I go with null PDR? And then for line 28, SDL3, the header function uses slightly, but SDL underscore destroy underscore video is still correct. If you're getting an error here, it's almost always because window wasn't created successfully. That happens if SDL wasn't initialized properly or if the compiler can't find SDL3 library. Fix use null PDR instead of 0. Okay, so let's try null PDR. Go with something like null PDR. There we go. Okay. Okay, that fixes this, although whatchamacallit, that's still 480. And to be true, read the wiki. SDL3 has a proper wiki. Honestly, it doesn't. Let me actually try that because like yesterday I did try whatchamacallit, learning a bit through Sensei/ChatGPT, but like I felt there were so many mistakes in that. I understand what you guys mean when you say Sensei makes a lot of mistakes. Okay, that said, let's go with something like SDL3 wiki. Okay, let's go with SDL3 wiki front page. Let's get that all the way here. Go there. Let's go ahead and extend that. Alright guys, for the wiki, honestly, where do I even go? Like, I do know that they have like a few source codes. Okay, let's go all the way here. Okay, so for the wiki, okay, SDL wiki, SDL2 is over here. This is SDL3 wiki, SDL2 is over here. SDL3 has officially released. This is ready for you to start using now. Should I go with something like official release or like where do I go for like actually reading how to use SDL3? That's telling me to hydrate my lips real quick. Okay. Okay. Alright, so from where do I use SDL3? There are like tutorials. Take a look at some tutorials to guide you through learning SDL. Should I go with tutorials or are these actual videos? Okay, this is example. Okay, I did like try using this yesterday to check if my SDL does work. Although when I went all the way down to try the wooden eye, that didn't actually work. Guys, did I like install SDL properly? Like, let me go ahead and copy the source code from here real quick. What up guys, let's go ahead and copy the source code because like apparently this source code I don't think worked in my program. If I paste it, there's like an error for like this word here of like app state. Is that like considered like an error? Like did I like download SDL properly? Huh. Tutorials or examples? I see. Okay. Although I do find an error here. Like even if I do copy their source code, this app state is like, that has like a red underline here. Even the SDL underscore cal_OC has an error. Okay. This is like a source code. It apparently doesn't work for some reason. Okay, if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. It says there were build errors. Would you like to continue and run the last successful code? Okay guys, did I install SDL correctly? I highly doubt that honestly, cause like, if I were to open my wiki again, hover on it, okay, like that. Okay, it says void code, it says cdeck SDL underscore calc size member. Okay, allocate a zero initialized array. The memory returned by this function must be freed with SDL3. Okay, if either a member. Okay, guys, honestly, I can't like read Hindi. Can you guys like type in English? Because I feel like I'm kind of illiterate when it comes to reading Hindi. Honestly, I should actually try that though. Okay, parameter void app state. Okay, describe with Copilot. Let's try describing with Copilot. Honestly, I haven't like used Copilot. Okay, the system app state is a pointer to a void which can be used to reference any data type in C++, typically utilized for storing application-specific state information. I see. What's SDL3? Honestly, if you guys did like try Python and like you worked with Pygame, I feel like SDL3 is basically the same as Pygame. Like in Pygame, we like create a window and like add like actual 2D gaming in that. The same thing is like for SDL3 as well. Okay. Hello, I'm new hiding Emmanuel. I appreciate you joining the stream. Confirm the SDL version VS Code picking up function calls. Honestly, this is like Visual Studio, not like Visual Studio Code. You're Indian, right? Honestly, I haven't like been to India. That's it. I am really excited someday visit India. I might stream myself there. That's it, guys. I honestly don't know. Did I even like? Is there a way to check like in our command prompt if we like actually did like install SDL properly? Are you gay? Honestly, no, I'm straight. Okay, that's sad. Let's see. If I were to get my wiki back here, like if I go with my SDL wiki and then I go all the way back here and copy this program, like let's go with the clear, the easiest source code here, like if I were to copy that, okay, and then let's go with something like Control A, whoops, what up guys, I went with Control C again, my bad. Okay, let's go with Control C here. Now I'll go with Control A, Control V. Okay, I'll go with Control A, delete everything, and then let's get the source code back here. Let's copy everything. There we go. Now if I were to copy that and paste it all the way here. Okay, this honestly works. If I were to Control S to save the code and run the command, this actually works. Like, there's my compiler right here. Okay, let's just actually decrease the size of my compiler. Okay, and I do get this as well. This example rendered clear. Like, I do get this thing that changes colors. Although, if that works, the other code doesn't work for some reason. Where are you from? Honestly, I used to say that a lot. That's it, man. If you guys did say me to avoid saying that, go on WikiC installation. I'm an IT student. That actually sounds really cool. What is this stream about? Honestly, the stream was initially about me trying to learn SDL and C++, SDL3, whatchamacallit, SDL3 in general. That said, I am having like a few difficulties, guys, because like this SDL3 code works. Although when I try the other SDL3 code, that does not work. I want to know, what are you doing? I'm honestly trying to like see if I did install SDL3 correct, because like here my app state does not show an error. Although if I go with Control Z and have this long code here, okay, this app state does have an error. I have an error like whatchamacallit, even like for this function up here of SDL calc, is that how I pronounce it though? Okay, that said, I think I installed SDL correct. I guess you need to reinstall SDL through wiki. That would be more coherent. Honestly, I did like watch a YouTube video when installing. I installed like SDL through the wiki. That said, I don't understand your language fully. Honestly, guys, I do like speak English. I think I do have an accent. That's why. Okay, guys, how do I actually? Okay, hold up. What if I just open command prompt real quick? Right there. Let's get command prompt here real quick. Okay, now if I like zoom in a bit and type something like SDL3, does this work? SDL3 not recognized as an internal or external command operable program or batch file. How do you check if SDL3 is installed properly? Hold up guys, let me ask sensei/ChatGPT. Okay, let's go ahead and say something like, Sensei, I want to be sure that I installed it properly ... How do I check if SDL3 is installed using my command prompt? Okay, let's see. Are you a student? Honestly, I haven't like started any programming course yet. That's it. I am a freshman in college. Do you know Maluk calls in C? Just asking. Honestly, I haven't like learned about C environment variables. If yes, what's your stream? Honestly, honestly, I haven't like whatchamacallit, I haven't like started programming courses. That said, you need to add it to bin. I did add it to my environment variables. Okay, hi Pat. Okay, finally in the check header files. Okay, I didn't have something like this, guys. Okay, which college? Honestly, I don't think I can actually say my college name. Okay, that said, what up guys? Step 2 checked, so it says check the library files, navigate lib folder. I did do all this yesterday. You should see SDL3.lib or SDL3 main.lib for linking. I did check those things. Okay, include stdlib.h. Does that do something? Bro, what's the accent all about? Are you from Kerala? Honestly, I haven't like been to India. That's it. I am really excited to something to visit India. Bro, how to learn Python? Honestly, I do have like I think about like 50 or 60 streams in my channel where I learned Python. You guys could like see like the way I learned it, because by the end of my Python from 100 series, I did make a 450 times code using like Pygames. Okay, also can you help me understand intersection of a node in linked list in C program where the position of node is not the start or the end? Honestly, I haven't like learned C yet. That said, I might actually start C soon. Okay, that's it. I think I did like include SDL3. Guys, I watched so many tutorials and videos yesterday. I don't understand where did I like mess up when installing SDL. Okay, I see GitHub Copilot here. It's like upgrade to Copilot. Okay, it's not able to recognize call space as it's not inherently part of SDC. Okay, but here asking DSA questions. Okay, call space in part of C. Wait, call space is part of C? Oh, wait. So wait guys, is this a C code and not a C++ code? Because this is a C++'s program. Because like I have a main.cpp here. Okay, what is SDL? Honestly, SDL is like almost the same as Pygames and Python, but a C++ version, and like it even works with C, I feel. Okay, wait, in that case, this might be a C code. Hold up, let's go with Control C, copy that. Let's get sensei/chatgpt here. Let's paste it, go with Shift Enter and say something like sensei. Is this a C or a C++ code question mark? Okay, let's see. People, this is a C code, not C++. No wonder it's not working. Okay, let me say something like, let's say, no wonder it's not working. My file is main.cpp. I have a C++ file. Okay, can I get a C++ code to check if it works, question mark? Okay, no wonder guys. I was like that was like a C code. Okay, people, finally we're getting somewhere. Here's the simplest SDL3 C++ code. Okay, let's go ahead and copy the C++ code. Go with Control-A, Control-V to paste. Okay, I do like see a small error here, although I feel like I could add a pair of parentheses that's gonna like fix the error. There we go. Okay. Okay, now for it Control S to save the code and run the command. Let's see what happens. Do you have an Indian accent? Honestly, I don't think I have an Indian accent. Okay, that said, let's get this right here. Is it still thinking? Or did I just create a window? Okay. That makes so much sense. Although, press any key to exit this window. Was this my main objective? Okay, I think it did work. Maybe, did it work? Okay, I'll go with something like a Control-C, copy that. Let's get sensei/chatgpt here. Let's go ahead and paste that. Go with Shift Enter and say something like sensei. I think it worked. Maybe a terminal or a command terminal popped up. Was I just expecting that question mark? Okay, what are you working on with SDL? For now, I'm just working on actually understanding and learning how SDL means, because I honestly don't know what it's all about. Okay, do you watch anime? Honestly, I do like watch anime. That's it. I don't have like enough time these days. Although I used to like watch a lot of animes before. Yes, people, that pop up exactly what you're expecting. A window opening, the command terminal popping up at the same time is normal. Okay, let me say something like say only the command terminal popped up, nothing else. I just had one window. Okay, man, that event name is SDL underscore event underscore quit and SDL3. See the chat GPT code. In SDL3, see the chat GPT code. So SDL underscore event underscore quit. In SDL3, see the chat GPT code. Okay. The Apothecary Diaries do watch. Honestly, I didn't like hear of that. Is it like where that there's like an anime character? I forgot about that. I think I may have like heard of it, although I didn't watch it. I might actually try that. Okay, that said, the SDL3 underscore event, it looks like the same. Okay, let's scroll all the way down. People, that's exactly how it should behave. The command terminal console. Okay, you also... Oh wait, did it something... It probably closed too fast or the SDL window didn't appear on top. Okay, that's actually how it should behave. The command terminal is your console window. Your standard server message appears. Okay, something goes wrong, but your actual SDL3 window is separate and it should pop up as a black rectangle. Title Vivek SDL3 window. If all you saw was the terminal, it probably closed too fast. I think it did close too fast. To be sure, you can add SDL underscore delay 5000 before SDL underscore window to destroy. Keep it on track for 5 seconds. Okay, so hold up, guys. Wait, did it actually cancel Sensei? Okay, never mind. There we go. Okay, window 5000. Did I have to go with something like 5000? Okay, delay 5000. SDL underscore delay. Where's delay? Okay, so to quit you were using SDL underscore quit. Honestly, I think like we gotta use SDL underscore quit. Okay, I would suggest to try debugging yourself first without using ChatGPT at first. Make your chat interactive, also help with like learning your experience. Honestly, I could like try debugging on my own, but I don't understand what SDL actually means. It is like my first day, so guys, I'm really confused on like what to do. That said, I'm assuming that I gotta like delay something with 5000. Okay, hold up, let me get sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, be sure to add SDL delay 5000. Let's go ahead and copy that before destroy window. Okay, before I destroy window, so about here I gotta add something like SDL delay 5000. And now for it controllers to save the code and run the command. Okay, all I see is this, guys. This is like literally all I see. Oh wait, hold up, let's go ahead and copy that. Then cancel that. Just above destroy right, SDL underscore delay 5000. Honestly, that does work. That does make sense. So no, as the event type function call is right. I see. RR means character error. Oh, I see. Okay, that said, let's get sensei/ChatGPT here again. Let's go ahead and paste this, guys. I might have to learn how to use Copilot for this. Let's say something like sensei. Let's say something like this was the command terminal that popped up and it said this. I'll go with something like shift enter and paste that. Okay, I think parentheses is wrong. Honestly, that does make sense. Even Sensei said parentheses is wrong. Although, if I don't add parentheses, then I do get what I get like a red underline here. If I were to go with controllers to save the code again and run the command, I'm gonna get a build error. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere, people. That message is telling us that SDL3 failed to initialize SDL underscore init, called returned an error. That's why your window never appeared. The problem is almost one of these things. SDL is missing or not in your path. The program can't find SDL runtime library. Check your project folder. The SDL.dll from the SDL3 download must be in the same folder as your executable using the bug or release folder. I did like add this in my the same folder as my .exe. I feel SDL not linked properly. Your project might not be pointing to the SDL3 include /lib file correctly in Visual Studio. Ensure include directory point to SDL3's include folder. Ensure your library directories point SDL3's lib folder. I did do those things yesterday, guys. I actually remember doing them. Make sure SDL3.lib is added under linker, then input, then additional dependence. I did that as well. Okay, and then bitness mismatch. Okay, bitness mismatch. If you download the 32-bit SDL3, but you're building a 64-bit project, I did. I'm pretty sure I like the place that I went with something like x64. So I'm pretty sure that is 64-bit. It will fail. Make sure your project platform is x64 or x86 matches the SDL3 binaries you download. I went with x64. That's the first thing we check is the DLL. Go to your debug folder. Do you see DLL there? I think I did. I think the parentheses is wrong. All this is done. I know, I think it's all done. Okay, what it does, keeps a window open for 5 seconds for facing the SDL destroy and closing the window. Okay, that actually does make sense. I feel like I did it. Is there somewhere to like debug the code or something? Are you on Linky? Honestly, I haven't like heard of Linky. That said, I think it's correct. LinkedIn. Honestly, I don't have a LinkedIn. That said, I might actually get one. Okay, let's go ahead and add this in a parentheses as well. Okay, now for it, Control S to save the code and hit local Windows debugger. Does the debugger do anything? Guys, the debugger doesn't do anything. I still get an SDL init error. Okay, hold up. Let me try it again. Guys, isn't there any other way to actually learn SDL? Because like, I feel like this is a point where like ChatGPT/Sensei is going to be making mistakes, because this is kind of complicated stuff. Although guys, I don't have any resources to learn this from now. Maybe if like the SDL's website or like the wiki had like an introduction or like something that actually shows me how to use this. Let's see, upgrade to Copilot Pro, Copilot consumptions, open new chat window. Okay guys, I did open a Copilot chat window right here. Ask Copilot for a question. Okay, let's go ahead and go with something like Control-A, Control-C, copy that, paste this all the way here, go with Shift-Enter. Can you guys even see the Copilot? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna say something like, this code gives me a terminal, although it does not pop a window up. Does not pop a window up. I just get one window popped up. It's the terminal command window thingy. Okay, can I like extend this? This feels like too short. How do I even read stuff from here? Oh wait, there we go, perfect. What up guys, I think Copilot might be good as well. Okay, let's get that all the way here and extend that a bit more. Okay, create a init file. How do I create an init file? Is there somewhere I can contact you? Honestly, I threw my Discord because like I do actually see it in Discord. Okay, let's just zoom out a bit, maybe zoom in a little bit. Okay, in examples, they use SDL_create window and renderer. Honestly, I have heard of renderer, but I've never used it. Okay, that's it. Let's read what Copilot said. The problem is the parentheses with commas in the SDL create window. Without in C++, comma operator is not a tuple. The expression evaluates to a single integer the rightmost values. So your arguments are wrong and the window is not created. Okay guys, without that I do get an error though. X-axis, Y-axis, right? Okay, let me go ahead and try copying the code. Okay, let's get Copilot all the way there. Maybe just shrink Copilot up a bit. Okay, hold up, let's go with Control-A, delete everything, let's paste the Copilot's code. I get an error with that. Okay, use Claude 4.5. Honestly, is like Claude AI good? Because I've like never used Claude AI. What up? Let's get Copilot here again real quick. Okay, guys, actually, I might have to try a different AI in that case. Code A Pro to make anyone Sigma. Okay, guys, hold up. Let me just get this here, and let's say something like, if I don't use a pair of parentheses, Okay, hold up, guys. Let's go ahead and check the spelling. So Parenthes, Parenthes. Okay, if I don't use pair of parentheses, I get an error on line 480. Huh. Guys, this is kind of complicating. In Copilot, you can change AI in Copilot. Can I? Excuse me, guys. I use Clause for 5 hours in a day in my office. Honestly, in that case, I might try Claude AI. That said, I've honestly never used Claude AI. Like, I did have it like pinned or something. What do you work with? Guys, for now, I don't think I have anything to work with. I was relying on Sensei/ChatGPT to actually teach me the basics, but guys, I feel that's too much to ask anymore. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and check something. Do you want to include the following logs stuff? Maybe I'll hit confirm. Okay. Apparently so. Guys, ChatGPT was so helpful when I was learning Pi games. Okay, day 4 of asking why you gay. Guys, I'm actually not gay. Okay, you see the ChatGPT 5 mini, it has a drop down. I see. Okay, let's see. GitHub Copilot, deep breath. Okay, so deep breath, you're seeing compiler error because there are two separate issues in the current file. The SDL create window, can I like zoom in so you guys can see it as well? Oh, perfect, there we go. Okay, it says the SDL underscore create window arguments must be 5 separate integers not grouped with comma operator. Use no parentheses. SDL underscore create renderer expects an integer driver index, not a pointer. Using null pointer is invalid. Use -1 or a concrete index as the second argument. Okay, so we go with something like SDL window show. Let's try that again. Let's copy that. Okay. If you still get the error, paste the exact compiler error text and the line number showing the compiler error point. I'll pinpoint the cause. Okay, let's go ahead and shrink that here. Let's get Copilot there. That's I'll go with something Control A, Control V. I still get the error, so it's line 16 and line 17. Let's go with Control S to save the code and run the command. Okay, I get a build error. Okay, Alt plus tab to switch between apps. Wait, honestly, does that work? Hold up, let me try that. Alt plus tab. Oh, guys, I didn't know we could do that. Wait, Alt and tab. Honestly, guys, I actually didn't know that something like that even existed. That's actually pretty helpful. What up, guys? Let's decrease that size. Okay, and now, I get a build error and it's line 16 or line 17. Let's go with Control A, Control C, get Copilot back here. Guys, how can I figure this out? Like, is there like a site or something where they actually teach how to use SDL? Use Claude 4.5. I'm a data scientist ELI. That actually sounds pretty cool. That said, I might actually try Claude AI if it's actually good. Okay, that's it. Let's say something like I get a red underline on line. Let's see what our lines do I get that error on. Okay, so I get in line 17 and 18. So I'll go with something on line 17 and 18, and it's a build error. Okay. Okay, gay is a disease, guys. I'm actually not gay. Okay, that said, what is SDL? Honestly, SDL is basically, let's say, a mini game engine. Like, it's something like, you know, there are like engines like Unity, Unreal, Vulkan. Those are pretty hard engines. I feel like SDL is a pretty easy game engine, exactly the same as Pygame in Python, although I see ++ and like other type version. Okay, I want to work with backend and Java, but I don't think I can. Honestly, it does sound pretty fun though. Okay, do you want the following builds? Okay, guys, I think Copilot is thinking. I want to work with backend. Huh. Guys, I need to find different sites from where we can learn SDL. Like, how did you guys learn SDL? Okay, let's see. Okay, deep breath again, guys. Let's take another deep breath. The problem is the first of the code itself, because I could see an init error where you open the renderer window. That means it is the error. Are you gay? Honestly, I'm not gay. Okay, the first of the code is the first of the code because I could see a init error when you open the renderer window. That means it is the error. Huh. Okay, be treated or they should be killed. Huh? Okay. Okay, corrected file. Let's try that. So it says SDL window was removed in SDL3 just past 0. Okay, let's try this, I guess. Okay, brother, calm down. Okay, let's get that there. What up, guys? Oh, wait, I can add Copilot in a whole different tab that actually make things so much easier. Okay, and then maybe I zoom in a bit. So, okay, now let's go ahead and go to my main.cpp. I'll go with something like Control A, Control V. Okay, now, do I have any errors here? I don't have any errors. That looks like a pretty good sign, guys. If I were to run the code, I still get a build error. Okay, if you don't want. Guys, did I install SDL correct? Okay, that's the error that I get. Let's go ahead and copy that error and then get Copilot here. Okay, let's go all the way there to maybe extend that a bit, extend that from here as well. Now I zoom in, paste it. Okay, let's say something like this is the error that I got. Debug, guys, my debug doesn't even work either. Like, I try the debug, like nothing happens. Okay, that's main.cpp. Okay. Huh, if only. Hold up, guys, I might actually figure this out like in a week or so. I gotta just try this every single day. Okay, let's see. Why does it take so long to think? Okay, that's a deep breath because SDL underscore get error printed nothing. We need to gather more diagnostics info to check common causes. Okay. Okay, string, run it and paste the output here. Okay, what happens if I just hit apply? Guys, did it? What's happening? All I gotta hit is tab. Okay, I think that didn't work. Hold up, guys. Let's go ahead and copy this code. Where's it gone? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Let's go with something like Control A, Control V, paste the whole thing. I already have errors here. Guys, you need to put a breakpoint. I've never heard of breakpoints. Does this even make sense for me to keep going on SDL? I need to find a good enough place to actually learn SDL because I don't even know the basics. Okay, in the SDL wiki, because I feel Copilot is not helping, guys. Okay, in the SDL wiki, where do they show? Do they teach anything like the basics or like anything? What are you building? Guys, for now, I'm not actually building anything. That's it. I'm trying to figure out what SDL is about. Apparently, guys, I tried ChatGPT. I feel there were a lot of mistakes. Tried Copilot, there were a lot of mistakes. Apparently, the SDL's wiki doesn't teach anything either. Okay, introduction to SDL 2.0. I need introduction to SDL, not 2.0. Bro is making a furry NSFW game. Guys, I'm not making any game for the time being. Okay, that's learn Raylib. Honestly, I'm trying to master SDL because like I feel like I need SDL. There are tutorials. Learn about a feature in SDL you haven't used before. Here's a great place to get started. Libraries, books, FAQs, forums, contributing, API by category, completed API, all functions, all students. Okay guys, what do I even like do? Okay, let's think. So what are all the places? So source code, how to download source code on SDL. It's easy to get started. Honestly, it does make sense. I've never heard of, I've heard of Raylib, although I've never started that yet. I might actually look into that. That said, it's so confusing. Best way to start learning coding is to refer properly to documentation. Okay, where is the documentation though? Should I like go somewhere in the wiki? Bro, isn't better to make a game in Unity or Game Maker? Honestly, many of you guys do say me to like actually try game engines like Unity, although I feel like I need to learn C# for Unity. Because Unreal is the game engine for C++. That's it. I feel like work a lot with game engines. We're not like used to actually writing the whole code by scratch. Guys, you guys could like fact check me on that. But like many of you guys did like say me that as well. That said, I do want to learn how to like write a code first. Hold up, I'll send you a link. Alright. That is SDL2. Use SDL3 page. Okay, wait, isn't this SDL3? I could have sworn that I opened SDL3's wiki. It says SDL3 front page. If I go ahead and open that. Okay. Guys, this looks like SDL3. Are you gay? Honestly, no, I'm not gay. Okay, C++ is used in Unreal. That actually does make sense. That's it, guys. Where's the documentation? Where to learn? There's Rust, there's license. Okay, maybe I go in my search bar and I go ahead and type something like what up, guys? Let's go ahead and delete that up real quick. Okay, let me actually check something real quick. Hold up, guys. Let's go ahead and remove that. Okay. Okay, next up, I'm gonna check something like SDL, wiki, SDL3 wiki. I'll go with something like SDL3 wiki, how to use SDL for C++ question mark. Okay, SDL3, guys, I'm actually typing this in a separate window. A guide SDL3. Okay, guys, this is what I found. So it says SDL3 foundations. Okay, a guide to SDL3. Okay, excuse me, guys. Here's a code. Go to file. Is this GitHub, guys? This looks like GitHub, honestly. Okay, there are multiple stuff here. What do I click? Okay, C++ uses Unreal. SDL3 tutorial libraries. Okay, there we go. Source code SDL_renderer.cpp, a utility to render graphic object SDL_set_pixel.cpp, a function to directly manipulate individual pixels. I see. Getting started. So do CPP. Install SDL3. Ensure you have SDL3 installed in your system. You can download SDL3 from the official SDL website or install it using your system's package manager. Build instructors to compile and run the examples. You can use G++ or any compatible C++ compiler with SDL3. Okay, run the examples. After compiling, you can run individual binaries. Customize, you can modify. Guys, did I install SDL correctly? My link is getting auto-deleted probably. Oh, you guys could in that case try like sending the link on my Discord server. It is like the link isn't it in the description. Okay, that said, let's go ahead. Let me actually try sending the link in chat. Okay. Search for 2 girls, 1 cup. It's better lip for game development and it helps with 3D graphics. Search for 2 girls, 1 cup. Honestly, what does that like mean? Okay, that said, let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, next up, let's go all the way here. So let's open the stream. Alright, guys, you guys can like check if this Discord link works. I'm pretty sure it does work. I like sent it in chat. Okay, that said, let's try it actually. Okay, next up. Where do I like actually check about SDLs? Cause like guys, I feel this doesn't make much sense. Basic rendering, SDL renderer, and then customization. Just kidding, don't search. Okay. Okay, that's it. Did you guys like get the link in the chat? Okay, I'm pretty sure the link doesn't send from my phone for some reason. Getting started, install SDL. Should I like paste this whole thing in my compiler or something? SDL3 libraries. Did I install it wrong? I should actually check if I installed it wrong. Let me actually try copying your code. Open with GitHub desktop, download zip file. Okay, I do want like a test code. Is that like a test code or something? Okay, I don't think it is. Projects maybe? Okay, I guess there are no projects open. Okay, maybe I just like cancel this and go to the actual wiki. That is source code how to download SDL. Okay, that is SDL3. This is SDL3 on GitHub. If you want up to the minute bug fixed. Okay, so let's go here maybe. I did the installation. SDL3. Maybe I click here. Okay, these are all the source codes. Huh, the link in your YD bio has expired. Has it? Many of you guys do say me that. I do like go with like a never expiring link. That's it. Let me actually try to send it from here. What up, guys? Let me try to send it like from my desktop. Okay, there we go. Let's go all the way there. Go there, and let's go to invite link. Let's change that to never expire. I'm gonna go ahead and generate a link. Okay, hit and use copy button. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link. Alright guys, let me try actually pasting it on chat. Hold on guys, give me a sec. Okay, there we go. I'm pretty sure this link should work. Let me just extend that a little. Okay, you guys can like try that link. I'm pretty sure it should like work. Okay, that's said. Let's go all the way here. Okay, did the link like even send? Can you guys even like see the link? Okay, this is like a basic source code. What if I go with this code? Let's check if this works. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that. I'll go with something like Control A, Control V, paste it. Okay, now if I did Control S to save the code and run the command. Okay, can't see the link. Guys, I did like send the link. Okay, these codes work. Does my SDL work? Is it just me? Guys, why can't you guys actually see the code? Hold up guys, let me try sending it again. Okay, let's go all the way there. Okay, open that. Let's go ahead and paste it here. Whoops. What up guys, let's go with controller. Wait, let me mute myself real quick from here. And then maybe open Discord again. Okay, let's go to invite to channel. Let's go ahead and change that to never. Generate a link, copy that. Alright guys, this should actually work. Let me try pasting it here again. There we go. Okay, you guys can try that link. Did it like send? Okay, maybe I can try sending from a different okay, let's go somewhere like okay, honestly, let me actually check because this code works. I feel like I installed SDL correct. Something else is wrong. That is SDL window equals to null. Okay, good Morgan Freeman. Okay, show the link on the screen. I will see it on the screen. Okay, give me a check, guys. So let me actually paste the link on the screen. Okay, I'll go with something like Control A, delete everything, paste it here. Okay, guys, that is the Discord link. Apparently, it doesn't. For some reason, I can't like actually send it through chat because like I did like send it multiple times. Okay, well maybe let's try sending it again. Okay, I could like okay, honestly, I should like figure that out because for some reason the link doesn't work. You guys can like type this exact link in the browser and I think that would work. Oh my god, you're teaching SDL, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to learn SDL. I feel it's almost impossible to figure it out. Okay, why you changed the VS? The VS bro, have you included STD? Okay, lib.h in the start. Are you even checking YD chats? Honestly, I didn't actually like check the horizontal chats much. STL or STL? Honestly, it's SDL. That's it, guys. Did this link work? Because like I'm trying to find a place where can I learn STL from. Bro, why did you choose SDL over Unreal? Honestly, because I feel like SDL is much easier and like it requires more programming than like Unreal and actual game engine. Because like I feel like before I do start working with game engines, I do want to get the basic grasp on how like regular coding does work. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and get that chat there. Okay. Okay, Mr. Beast try to make simple tasks like rendering random colors. Oh, I see. Okay, that's that, guys. Did this link work and break it into smaller parts? I think I should like go ahead and delete that from here. I have a debugger. Okay, like generating a window color, etc. What up, guys? Maybe what happens if I go with like a bunch of Control Z's? This was the code that had an error. Can I debug from here? Okay, it doesn't debug. Maybe I go with something like start debugging. There was a build error. How do I debug when there is a build error? Okay, I see a diagnostics tab, guys. Okay, that is process memory. Okay, maybe something is not working. Okay, let's go ahead and remove all those. Also, guys, this code does work. Like the code that got me this window up there, that actually works. Okay, I'll go with something Control Shift C. Okay, let's go with Control Z. Okay guys, this code works. For some reason the other codes does not work. I think that I installed it correctly. I don't have my actual, whatchamacallit, SDLs on. I mean, like, I don't know the proper code to write, I think. Okay, so to start SDL, I included SDL. What GPU do you have? GPU, does that mean graphics card? Honestly, I am like using the integrated graphics card, which is like already inbuilt in my motherboard. Okay, you have to resolve build errors before you can debug. How do I resolve build errors? I mentioned you in the link. I mentioned you with the link in C++ help channel. Honestly, let me actually check that real quick. Okay, so let's go with something like C++ chat. Okay, it's documentation SDL. Hold up guys, let me open that on my PC real quick. Okay, let's go to the C++ chat. There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it says previous page, next page. It's over right here. Okay, honestly, I've like never heard of this place though. Okay, let's see. There's SDL library. Let's go to the next page. So it says SDL guide number 1. Okay, so it says table of contents. How are you doing? Pinisham, is that how you pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream though. Okay, let's go with the basics. Okay, where do they teach the basics? Introduction, table of contents. Maybe initializing SDL. Oh, they do actually. Okay, SDL is composed of 8 subsystems: audio, CD-ROM, event handling, file, input, output, joystick handling, threading, timers, and video. Before you can use any of these subsystems, they must be initialized by calling SDL_init or SDL_init subsystem. SDL_init must be called before any other SDL function. It automatically initializes event handling, file input/output, and threading subsystems, and it takes a parameter specifying which other subsystems to initialize. So to initialize the default subsystems and the video subsystems, you would call SDL_init. Okay, so that's the first thing that we call. To initialize the default subsystems, the video subsystem and the timer subsystem would call SDL_init, SDL_init_video, SDL_init_timer. I see. He evolved to dogs. Honestly, guys, that does make sense. I feel ChatGPT can't, like, it's not helping you much anymore. That's it. Let's go, guys. Evolve to dog. Willy Wonka, stop using ChatGPT, guys. That does make so much sense. I didn't know a day like this would come someday. That said, SDL_init is complemented by SDL_quit and SDL_quit subsystem. SDL_quit shuts down all subsystems, including the default ones. It should always be called before a SDL application exists. I see. Okay, with SDL_init and SDL_quit firmly embedded in your programmer's toolkit, you can write your first and most basic SDL application. However, we must be prepared to handle errors. Many SDL functions require a value and indicates whenever the function has succeeded or failed. SDL_init, for instance, returns -1. If it could not initialize a subsystem, SDL provides a useful facility that allows you to determine exactly what problem was. Every time an error occurs with SDL, an error message stored can retrieve using SDL_getError. So use getError to like retrieve the error. Use this often. You can never know too much about errors. I see. Okay, example, initializing SDL. So we include SDL.h, all SDL apps needed, okay, and then include studio.h, and then we go ahead and create a main function. So we go with something like integer main array parentheses printf. I've never heard of printf. Shouldn't we, excuse me guys, shouldn't we go with like a standard console output? Okay, so printf initializing SDL./new line. Okay, I'm assuming that's a comment. That does look like a comment. Initialize defaults video and audio if SDL_init video equals to -1. Print could not initialize SDL. Okay, get errors. Print SDL initialized. Print quitting. Shut down. SDL quit. Print quitting. Exit. Huh. Okay, Harry Potter to code this initializing part. Hold up guys, wait, maybe I copy this and check if it actually does work. Let's go with Control A. Hold up, guys. There we go. Control A. Delete everything. Let's go ahead and pay. Guys, there are so many errors here. Did I include? Okay, guys, is the documentation correct? I'm pretty sure the documentation wouldn't like mess up. That said, maybe let's go with something like next. Chapter 2, Graphics and Video. There's a introduction to SDL video as well. I might check that out after the stream. In this is a C code if you want tested to create with a file C extension and VS Code. Honestly, is there one for like C++? Because like I am learning it for like C++. Maybe can I go with something like is there like a way to like try C++ that says SDL guide video HTML? Isn't there one for C++? Okay, let's go with something like previous page. That's introduction to SDL. Okay. How do I go with C++? Because like I haven't learned C, so I don't think I might be able to do this. And this is like a C++ series. Okay, hold up guys. Let's scroll all the way down. Okay, documentation to SDL index. Okay, proper game movement. Let me check. Honestly, I do appreciate you so much for that, Arya. That actually means a lot. Okay, guys, let's I guess try to wander around, try figuring things out. Well, let's see. Okay, C++. Okay, so apparently, let's actually just read a few functions as well. Hold up, let me go to next page. Maybe I'll go to another next page. This is the preface about SDL. The SDL library is designed to make it easier to write games that runs on Linux. I do have Windows. Okay, maybe I go ahead and... Okay, where are the part where they actually teach about some actual inbuilt SDL functions? Okay, there we go. Introduction. Okay, I think it's the next page. Initializing SDL. I did like go over this like just now. Graphics and video. Initializing the video display SDL underscore surface screen. Guys, I wish I had dark mode. Okay, let's zoom in a bit more. Okay, so we initialize the SDL library. If SDL underscore init, do me a favor, paste the code in C++ help. Paste the code that I wrote here. Okay, I'll go with something like Control A, Control C. Okay, let's go to something like C++ chat. C++ help chat. Okay, honestly, is it like in the coding chat? Okay, I can like paste it in both places. Let's paste it there. Even in like the C++ chat. Hey, how's the progress? Honestly, I feel like I'm still figuring out like how to like actually learn SDL. That said, someone from the chat, I think it was like Aryan, he's actually helping me way too much, guys, by giving me the documentations. I think I was like reading these documentation on how SDL actually works. Because I feel like Sensei/AI in general, now I think they won't be able to help me as much. Okay, this documentation teaches you SDL libraries, not code focused. Oh, I see. Okay, I could actually like learn the libraries as well. Although I do want to see the actual code with like C++ too. So let's get the chats there. Okay, and how to use SDL. Oh, I see. Okay, loading and displaying a BMP file. Okay, so example, loading and displaying a BMP file. Void display BMP to surface image. I see. So are the basics technically the same? Huh. I wish I had like at least a really good code to like actually see and like learn on what that code actually does, that I could like write that code a bunch of times. Okay, documentation is super useful, and my biggest regret my first couple of years of learning was not reading as much, to be honest. Oh, I see. I could honestly start reading documentation, but this is for C. I wanted one for like C++. Let me actually check that like in a new tab. I could go with something like C++ documentation. Okay, documentation for SDL3. Okay, let's see. Let's get Copilot here, I guess. So maybe zoom in. Okay, basics are universal. You can use this and debug the C++ one as well. Okay, as you're already familiar with C++. Oh, I see. Okay. That's the wiki, so that's GitHub repository. Honestly, I should like look into this like off stream as well. That said, here's a simple code for initializing. Let's copy the code. Okay, let's try that code. I'll go with something like Control A, delete everything, Control this thing. If I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, I get a build error. Did I like not install SDL properly? C is interchangeable with C++, but not vice versa. Oh, I see. Okay, that said, why do I keep getting a build error just for a few codes? Like, I don't get this like for all codes. Is this like a C++ code or like a C code? Because my extension is C++ for this file. Okay. Well, maybe I go with something like integer main, window. Okay. I'm pretty sure this should be 0 or like a null pointer. Okay, it does have standard, so I think it might be whatchamacallit, C++. Okay guys, I actually didn't think this was going to be this complicating. Okay, this is C++ code. Why do I get like a build error in that case? Howdy KB Cokes, I appreciate you joining the stream. That's it. Is there even like a reliable way to like learn SDL? Like how did people actually learn it? That's it. Let me hydrate my lips real quick. Okay. You're linking SDL3 library? Are you linking? Honestly, I think I already linked it. Like if I go with something like Control-Alt-L, I get my solution explorer here, and then if I right click that and I have properties, I do like have my properties and all that stuff here. Okay, let's see. So under my general, I have like application, latest version installed. And then if I go under C/C++ general, I do have my, okay, warning level 3 WE SDL check. Hi, wow, what is that? Are you like learning an app making? Sorry for bad English. Honestly, it was actually pretty understandable. That said, whatchamacallit, I am actually learning how to like use SDL. That said, I feel like Sensei/ChatGPT made a lot of mistakes. Copilot as well. So I'm trying to read a few documentations to actually understand how it works. Although guys, I don't even know like if there's a place that I could actually learn it from. Like maybe there are going to be like YouTube tutorials, but I could try some tutorials honestly. Okay, I feel like Pygames were like much easier to learn than SDL. If you don't mind me asking, in which semester are you? Honestly, I am like a freshman in like college. That's it. I haven't taken any programming courses yet. That might be a reason why I don't know much about these stuff. That said, let's see. Go to linker input. Honestly, I did like go there. Hold up, guys. I did like I spent so much time yesterday trying to figure this stuff out. Let's go to something like properties. Okay, in my linker input, I do have SDL3. Okay, .testlib, so like I have that stuff there. Let's zoom in. So it says SDL3.lib, SDL3 testlib, additional dependencies, and Visual Studio properties. Honestly, I did do this a lot yesterday. I even like went to the other places. Use CMake for C++ and use Conan to get SDL3 library. Honestly, yeah, when I installed my SDL3, I did have like a bunch of libraries. I saw like something was called include, something was called CMake, one of them were lib as well, like I think 3 more files. I didn't like touch much, I didn't like do much with the CMake folder, although I did like get the file path for my lib and my include, and I did paste it here. Like if I go to my C/C++ here and my, okay, where's it gone? Honestly, I think it was in like VS Code, like there we go. I did add those two here. Okay, like C/whatever SDL library. Yeah, I did do that. Okay, try putting the entire file path to it. I did that as well actually. Okay, then you still have time to develop good coding practices if you want to pursue a career in tech background. This will help you in long run. Honestly, that does make a lot of sense. That said, I might actually check a few YouTube tutorials because like I don't actually know like what to do from here on. Because like for like Pygames and like Python, it was pretty easy because those languages are pretty easy to like even start with. So ChatGPT could help me with that. I feel like AI isn't helping me much anymore. Okay, that said, okay, I get a red underline if I don't add a pair of parentheses. If I do add like a tuple, then I don't get the red underline. Like if I add a tuple here, there we go. Like I don't get a red underline if I have them. If I were to hit Control S to save the code and run the command, okay, I do get an error. So it says STD SDL integer error or init error. CMake is also good. I've been using it recently, but it's a whole new thing you have to learn. Oh, I see. Huh. Okay, if I remove these pair of parentheses, then I do get an error though. Okay. Okay, honestly, I might have to check a few YouTube tutorials for this because I don't actually understand what to do. Okay, or you could use VCPKG from command line. Huh, haven't actually heard of that. That said, I did like to try command prompt as well. Okay, let me actually get sensei/chat GPT here. Okay, where's sensei's tab? I think it's somewhere here. There we go. Okay, let's get sensei/chat GPT here and just extend that all the way here. Okay, now let's see. Let's go all the way here and say something like Sensei. Okay, let's say something like Sensei. Is there a place to learn SDL3 online for C++? Question mark? Because all the codes that I tried either give me a build error or don't really work properly. ... That said, I did try multiple AIs for actually I did like okay, multiple AIs okay, I did try multiple AIs as code. Okay, let's go with something like AIs as code. It doesn't work ... Okay, also look at any warnings produced in Visual Studio, the red squiggle underlines. Honestly, I do have like one red squiggle underline which is right here. Can you guys like see that? Let me actually get this part somewhere down. There we go. So if I were to get that all the way here, zoom out, I do have like a red squiggle underline here. Although it goes if I add a pair of curly braces, like how I do it tuples, like a pair of parentheses. That does go, but then that gives me an error as well. Type Sensei, is there a place to learn SDL3 online for C++ because you're trash? Guys, can't be disrespecting Sensei like that. Okay, that's sad. Good, you're thinking critically. That's exactly the mindset I want. Yes, there is a place online to learn SDL3, but I'll warn you because SDL3 is still quite new. Oh, okay, that might be the reason. Should I learn SDL2 in that case? Hover over 600. Okay, let's go with something like Control Z. Okay, let's hover over it. It says error 0140, too many arguments and function call. Show fixes, fix with Copilot. Okay, ask Copilot or use workspace. Okay, view and chat windows. So SDL3 800 600 0. Okay, hit tab. Oops, there we go. Okay, maybe, hold up, that actually did fix it. Let's go with Control S to save the code. What up, guys? Let's go all the way there. Powered Control S to save the code and run the command. Does it? I get a standard init error. I mean SDL init error. Okay, hover over SDL underscore create window. It tells you the argument it expects. Honestly, that does make sense. Okay, let's go with create underscore window. It says I need a constant character, title, integer width, integer height, and SDL window flags. I did add all those three: a title, a width, a height, and a window flag. Why do I get an error? My main function, okay, describe with Copilot. Unit 32 in milliseconds. Keep the window open for 3 seconds. It doesn't open at all. That's the thing. Okay, what up, guys? Let's see sensei/chat-GPT's thing again. Okay, my advice learning strategies. Okay, here's how we'll follow. Pick one tutorial, lazy foe. Okay, these are the sources for SDL3. Okay, free with video plus written code. That exactly match your environment, Visual Studio or Windows x86, and send links. Yeah, that's never going to work because SDL is never getting initialized, so create window never gets called. That does make sense. I did like initialize SDL though. Like I typed SDL underscore init. Is there a way that I didn't initialize it? It fails to initialize not at the window creation. SDL create window title. Okay, is there a way to initialize SDL? Okay, parameter syntax for SDL3. Parameter syntax. That code for SDL2. Okay, guys, should I install SDL2? Cause like I feel like, is there a big difference between them? Hold up, let me ask Sensei. Okay, let's say something like Sensei. since SDL3 is new, do you think that I should learn SDL2 question mark or SDL1? Okay, oh that makes sense. You're trying to learn SDL2 on 3. Use SDL3. I think I am using SDL3. Okay, listen up people. SDL1 is ancient. Try learning programming by carving code into stones. Forget it. SDL2, that's the sweet spot. SDL2 is stable, widely used, tons of tutorials, and almost every SDL3 concept comes straight from it. If you master SDL2 in C++, then SDL3 will be easy to pick up because SDL3 is basically SDL2 but shinier and more modern. SDL2 also works with almost every guidebook and example you'll find. SDL3 right now, it's bleeding edge. Half the tutorials are broken and you'll waste hours finding errors. SDL2 you learn concepts properly, get working code and still be future proof when you switch to SDL3. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm not asking this as a strategy move. This is a strategic move. Okay, you want to spend your time learning, not debugging broken tutorials for a library that barely anyone uses yet. If you want, I can make you a plan to master SDL2 and C++ steps. Okay, so that by the time you finish, SDL3 will feel like a toy you already know how to play with. Okay, you want me to do that? Honestly, use SDL3. Okay, you'll barely find working code for SDL3. Even the syntax is different, so it is not working. Create window has 5 parameters, SDL2, 4, and SDL3. SDL2 but 4 and SDL3. Honestly, in that case, should I learn SDL2 instead? Okay. Hold up, let me actually check. So, should I learn SDL2 or SDL3 question mark? Okay, let's get that here. Okay, let's see. Learning curve. SDL3 is generally easier to learn than SDL2, especially for those new to C++ and game development. It provides a more straightforward API and is easier to integrate into projects since 5 is greater than 4. That's why you're getting too many parameters. I think I see. Although I don't know where to learn the code from because I don't know anything about SDL just yet. That said, if there are multiple tutorials, SDL3 is a better choice. Although if there are multiple tutorials for 2 and less tutorials for SDL3, I feel like it's much smarter to start SDL2 instead of SDL3, guys. Because I'm assuming this is SDL2's code. Okay, keep the window open for 3 seconds. The code looks correct. It has a build error. I do include SDL3. What if I included SDL2? Okay, that does not work. Let's go with 3. Okay, how do I debug this though? Guys, maybe I might have to end the stream and check this stuff off stream because I get an error. It says to automatically close the console when debugging, stops enable tools, options debugging, automatically close console, press any tab to exit. Okay guys, do you think I should actually go with SDL2? I feel like I should. Okay, let's see. Okay, honestly, I should I need to think because I honestly don't know which to go over because SDL3 less tutorials, SDL2 more tutorials, not recommended. Should I even learn SDL in general, guys? I think I want to learn SDL though. I would suggest learn SDL3 if you're willing to learn from documentation and writing your code from scratch. Copy pasting from internet sources will throw multiple error. Otherwise SDL2 will also work. Then go to tutorials. I don't think there are tutorials. That said, guys, that actually does make sense. I'm actually fine with learning with documentation, but I don't find one for C++. I might actually ask Sensei for a source. I think Sensei did send a source real quick. What up guys, let's scroll all the way up because I do want to learn the latest version if I am learning. That's it. SDL wiki tutorial, SDL3 documentation, foundation, C++ oriented, shows a window layout. That is series introduction. SDL3 will be the future, so try to learn it, else you can start from SDL2 then slowly transition to SDL3. I could try that because I'm fine with learning documentations as well, as long as there's some explanation. Okay, maybe. Hold up guys, let's go with something like wheel. So there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and open that real quick. Guys, let's decide this up with a wheel. Okay guys, let's see, SDL2 or SDL3. Let's go ahead and change a few names here. I'll go with something like SDL2. The next one is going to be something like SDL3 or SDL. Okay guys, out of the three, let's spin the wheel. Let's see which. Guys, I feel this is one of the worst ways to check it out. I want to learn SDL3 though. Guys, do you guys think this was a luck or should I actually go with SDL2? I think the Wheel of Justice did say something. SDL3 will be the future. SDL2 or SDL3. Honestly guys, I might actually research a little tonight or something and then I might check tomorrow. Guys, I don't know a way to check which to do actually. That's it, let's see. I might actually research today, just go for 3 lol. Honestly, I might actually go for 3. I feel like the wheel isn't like, it wasn't legit guys. A GitHub. Okay, let's go with some wikis. Example libraries, okay. It says these are renderers. Okay, does that work? I might actually try copying this code as well. I want to see if these source code works. I might actually learn using these in that case. Let's go ahead and copy that. Go with something like Control A, Control V. Okay, if I would hit Control S to save the code and run the command. So let's see what happens. Okay, it does work. Like, I do get it. I feel like I did install the correct SDL. I just don't know the syntaxes. Okay, learning SDL2 now is like learning C++ 98. Yeah, it'll work, but it's not the future. That does make sense. That's why I didn't want to go for 2. But like, I feel my SDL3 does work. Like, my codes work perfectly, guys. Like, does it work with, you know? It works, although one thing is so annoying. Like, I don't know what makes it work. Honestly guys, let's read this code real quick in that case. I'll try learning by this code. Okay, so firstly, I go ahead and define SDL main use callbacks 1, okay. Oh, I actually got a great idea, guys. Hold up. Where's the source code at? There we go. So instead of going with this source code, let's go with this source code real quick. And then copy that whole thing. Hold up, guys. Let's copy from the bottom. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that from the bottom. Actually, I'll copy from the top. There we go. Okay, I'll go ahead and copy that. Let's get sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like, Sensei, can you teach me how to write this exact same code question mark? Guys, I should have thought of this earlier. This is genius. Alright people, sit up straight. This is gonna be the next intense SDL3s. Okay, so step 1 includes stuff. So what does define SDL underscore main underscore callback does? Allows you to define SDL app init, SDL app iterate, etc. instead of writing a regular main function. That is a code for SDL3, that's why it works. Honestly, that does make sense, guys. I could like get the code for SDL3, then give it a sensei/ChatGPT, say sensei/ChatGPT to break it down and actually teach me how it works. That is genius, guys. I should have thought of this before. It would have saved like 1 hour and 48 minutes. Okay, instead of writing regular main function, SDLH gives you that, SDL main gives you that, okay. Define your window size, define window. Did I go with hashtag define window? I did go with it. Okay, we will use this renderer to draw stuff. Alright, let's, there's so many tabs open, there we go. Okay, so this is standard. You don't want magic numbers scattered around your code. Okay. Step 2, global static SDL window with a pointer of my window that is null. The window is now your graphics where your graphics appear. The renderer is like a paintbrush for that window. We use static so they're visual. Step 3, initialization. Oh guys, there's so much to actually think. SDL app results, SDL app init void, app state, integer argc, character argv. What do they even mean, honestly? I could like type them. I think like the way I do learn the best is like by typing code up until I don't understand them. SDL3 sets app metadata is just info like your Windows's ID. SDL underscore init underscore video initializes the video subsystems. Ask ChatGPT about job availability in C++ with SDL2 for a fresher without hiding any truth. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. Because like many of you guys did like say me, because as using like learning SU2 right now is like learning a really outdated version of something. It works, but it's not the future. Like some of you guys did say that. Give me width and height more than your screen resolution. I want to see what it does. Okay, I could try that. Okay, SDL set render allows your render to scale automatically if the window is resized. Event handling, duh. Okay, let's say something like, I see ... That said, let's say I didn't understand anything, so maybe can we go one block of code at a time, and I can write the code as you explain. After explaining every block, can you ask me if I understood or have any questions, question mark? Okay, let's see. Good, finally some focus. We're going to tackle this like warriors, block by block, no rush, no skipping, no confusion. Let's start with the first block, include and defines. Block 1, includes and defines. We define SDL underscore main underscore use underscore callbacks 1. And then we include SDL3 slash SDL8 SDL.h, and then we include SDL3 slash SDL underscore main dot h. Okay, and then we define window width 640, we define window height 480. I think learning C++ that deep will be 50 LPA plus or 0. Honestly, guys. Okay, let's see what this does. So define SDL main uses callback, tells SDL use callback system instead of a regular main function. SDL3 manage main loop for you. I see. So basically doing, if we write this code, we don't need to go with integer main. Let me copy that part, paste it here, and then go shift enter and say first question. Okay, so my first question is, let's say, so if we write that, we don't need to write the integer main with a pair of parentheses and then a pair of curly braces question mark. Okay, next up, and then the include SDL slash SDL3 slash SDL.h gives access to all SDL functions, windows, renderers, events, input, etc. Okay, I think I understand what that means. We include SDL3 slash SDL underscore main.h needed for SDL callback system. Work properly on different platforms, I see. Any C++ devs in chat? Okay, just convenient constants for window size. Okay, so this is a convenient constant for window size. So we define window underscore width 640, window underscore height 480. Your turn. Write this block in your main.c++, and after that tell me, do you have any do you understand why each line is needed, or do you have any questions? So let's send that. While Sensei is answering that, I'll go ahead and delete this. Okay, now let's honestly like remove these extra, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and delete all these excess stuff that I don't really need. Okay, and what is that? That's the documentation. Let's remove that as well. Bro, how many languages have you mastered till now? Honestly, I won't say that I mastered any language, although I did like spend like 100 days learning Python. That said, by the end of my Python for 100 series, I did make a game which consisted of 450 lines of code. I did make it like using Pygame that had like whatchamacallit, a buff system and like HP bar system, health system, and like it was like a pretty fun game, honestly. That said, let me go ahead and open my vertical chat as well, because I feel like I actually forgot about my horizontals. What up, guys? Let's go all the way there. Okay, let's go right there. Okay, let's go ahead and extend that from here. And then do that. Okay, wait, I think I opened the wrong chat. There we go. Okay, let's extend this from here. Chat miss. What up, guys? Let's do that. Okay, SDL is barely used nowadays. Wait, it has many limitations, and industry has shifted to Unreal Engine or Unity due to this. But yes, you need to start somewhere, then slowly progress for a learning curve. That actually does make sense. When are you planning to stream in Java? Maybe after my programming for 258 series, I might have another series where I make a website, guys. I actually don't know. That said, I'm really excited to start Java. They're not even gonna lie, guys. Okay, that said, let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT back here. Let's read the question. Let's read the explanation real quick. Exactly, people. Define main takes over the main function. for you and expects you to write callback functions, SDL app, iterate, SDL events. Okay, expects you to write special callback functions like SDL app init, SDL app iterate, SDL app event, SDL app quit. Okay, if you didn't use this, SDL would expect a normal code integer main integer arg. Okay, in that case, I want to write this. I want to go with the full version. Let's say something like Sensei. Which one would you recommend? Question mark. Do you recommend me learning the hard way? I think I should go with the harder way, guys. Okay, that's it. People, listen, if your goal is learning and understanding SDL deeply, then yes, the hard way is the path. That means using callbacks, okay? I say we learn the hard way. You want to master, no shortcuts. Are you down for me to break down the next block? Okay, so let's say, can you break down the first block again, but the hard way where I don't define that stuff, question mark? I forgot what stuff, guys. Okay, yes, people, we're gonna go full hard way, so forget the define SDL main use callbacks 1. Instead, I include SDL3 and I include IO stream. Okay, SDL edge gives you all the SDL function and types. IO stream is the printing error and all SDL fails. Start main function, I go with integer main, integer argc, and character with a pointer character of arg v with the square brackets. Howdy DJK, is that your pronounced name? I appreciate you joining the stream. Excuse me, guys. Vivek, ask this and say generate a complete learning documentation for SDL3 using C++. Be descriptive, as I'm a beginner. I feel Sensei is gonna make a lot of mistakes with that, guys. Like, not even gonna lie. Cause like I try going with like very little blocks of code. Cause like I feel when I ask like for a massive stuff, there are like a lot of errors in it. That's the mistake I actually did yesterday while like installing SDL. That said, argc and argv are optional for now. They just let your program read command and line arguments. Initialize SDL if SDL. Okay, let's just work with this part. So I'm gonna get Sensei/ChatGPT in the next tab. Let's get it all the way here. Maybe zoom out a bit. Okay, so firstly, let's start off by including something. So I'll go with something like hashtag include. I'll go with something like include a pair of ankle braces. I want to include, let's say, SDL3/SDL.h. Okay, I think I actually spelled that correct. I didn't even see that. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and include a pair of ankle braces again. I want to include IO stream. Okay, and this is going to be hashtag include IO stream. Okay, perfect. Next up, let's read the next instructions. So, I want to get rid of this stuff. There we go. Okay, so let's go all the way up right here. Okay, let's see. So it says me to go ahead and create a main function. So I'll go with something like integer main, add a pair of parentheses. Guys, why is all this code here? I want to just write a code on my own. Okay, so I'll go with something like integer of argc. Okay, and a character with a asterisk of rv with a square bracket. So I'm assuming that's like whatchamacallit, an array. So I'm gonna go with something like a char with a asterisk of something like argv with a pair of square brackets, which is technically considered. There we go, guys. This is so annoying sometimes. There we go. Okay, now I'll go with another space here. Okay, so that is, I'm assuming that's an array. Let's go with Control A, Control C, good Sensei/ChatGPT back here. Okay, I'm gonna be getting like taking small progress, guys, or like showing Sensei all my small mini progresses. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in a little. Let's go ahead and paste this, Shift Enter, and say something like, let's go a little lower. Okay, let me say something like, say, this is the code that I've written so far, ... Okay, this is the code that I've written so far, and I'm assuming that argv with the pair of square brackets is an array question mark. What does argc and argv with the pair of square brackets stand for question mark? Arguments question mark. Okay, why didn't you learn SDL2? I was actually confused between learning SDL2 and SDL3. Many of you guys did actually tell me SDL3 is the future. SDL2 is like good for learning because there are a lot of tutorials, but like it's not the future. That's it, guys. Should I learn SDL2 or 3? I'm so confused. I might have a community post on that. Actually, let me actually create a poll like right now. What up, guys? So let me go all the way here. Okay, let's go with something like create a post. Okay, I might go with like a poll. Okay, let's go with something like a text poll. The first option has something like, should I learn SDL3 question mark? Should I learn, or actually it says something like learn SDL3. Go with something like learn SDL3, and then I'll go with something like learn to SDL2. Okay guys, I have two polls that says learn SDL3 and SDL2. Let's say which one should I learn question mark. Okay, let me go ahead and post that. Alright guys, I did like add a poll that says should I learn SDL3 or SDL2. Got it. Wait, can I? There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and decrease that. When I started, I used SDL2. Honestly, the reason I wanted to go with SDL2 is because it has so many tutorials for it. Okay, okay, so you first learn Python, after which you start C++. You're daring. Guys, I feel Python was really fun, and I feel like C++ was easy, like, because I like a lot of tutorials. I searched right now, there is only one documentary of SDL3 that's also an API documentation. The one you open in the start. Oh, I see. Okay, in that case, guys, should I think maybe I might go with SDL2. SDL2 or SDL3. Guys, I'll wait for the polls to end. That said, I might actually go with SDL2 next stream because I feel like if there aren't much tutorials and like you guys did start with SDL2 as well, if I do start with it, I might get a pretty good grasp of it. That said, okay, exactly people, argc is the argument count the number of things typed after the program's name. Okay, in the command line, C++ isn't fun, bro, it's dead. I feel like C++ is kind of fun. Okay, I hate C/C++. Oh, I see. I feel like after Python, C++ was like a refresh because I felt Python kind of boring because it was kind of easy. Quick recap, please. Honestly, basically, I haven't like done much to like adding recap. I've just been learning about SDL3 in C++. That said, it's easier and I find nothing wrong with it. Honestly, in that case, I actually might start SDL2 in that case instead of SDL3 because it has a lot of tutorials, and maybe once I'm done with SDL2, I could go to SDL3. Even though I might be going a little slow paced, I feel like if it has more tutorials, that would save a lot more time. I never learned C++, I just know C completely. Oh, I see, that was also in college. Oh, I see. Okay, I've completed transition to Python. Oh, I see. I feel like Python is pretty fun, but like it gets a little boring after a while because like the stuff is pretty easy. I like doing like a harder code that like needs a lot of thinking. That said, task inside your main function, write SDL initialization block. Okay, let me say something like, sensei, okay, after the code I wrote, can you give me a explanation on what goes after that question mark? Okay, data scientist, huh? Okay, absolutely. So after you write your initialization block, you go with if SDL underscore init is not equal to 0. Okay. Okay. I go with something like standard C error, so this searches for errors. SDL init error, SDL get error. Okay, and then I end my line and I return 1. Here's what's happening. SDL underscore init, SDL underscore init underscore video. This starts up SDL and tells it you want video functionality so you can create a Windows, render graphics, etc. It returns 0 if successful or a non-zero error because it failed. If SDL underscore init is not equal to 0, checks if SDL failed to initialize. If yes, we need to stop immediately. We don't want to crash later trying to use SDL when it's not ready. I see. Okay, sir, me in second year. I see. Okay, implementation is simple physics simulation with balls. Oh, I see. Okay, we're talking Hindi so that you don't distract yourself. Oh, that does make sense, guys. I think I'll not read the chat now. Okay, we go with something like standard C error with an insertion operator, standard init, standard get. Okay, SDL get error prints the actual, SDL gives error. Okay, I see. And then C standard CER is for errors instead of standard console output, which is formal output. Oh, I see. Return 1 exits the program. Essence, you're basically asking SDL to wake up if it refuses. If it refuses, you tell the world why you leave. Okay, next step after SDL initializes block window. Okay, let's get Sensei slash chat GPT back here real quick. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and shrink that a bit. Okay, now inside my main function, let's scroll all the way down. So first, let's say I add an if statement, so I'll go with something like if a prof parentheses. Guys, this part is so annoying. There we go. Okay, let's go with something like if SDL underscore. Guys, I can't see a thing when I type if SDL underscore init. Okay, with a prof parentheses. Okay, if my SDL underscore init, that's initialized SDL. SDL underscore init underscore video. Excuse me, guys, do I need to always move it? So SDL underscore init underscore video. Okay. If that is not equal to 0, okay, if it's not equal to 0, then I do something. I add a pair of curly braces. Okay, and then inside of my pair of curly braces, I do something else. So if my SDL, what up guys, there we go. If my SDL underscore init underscore video is not equal to 0, if my video is still being playing. Oh, wait, hold up, I'll add a comment that says, can this be said as if my video is still... Okay, can this be said, can this be said, like, while my video, or said like, okay, I'll go in a new line, if my video is playing, don't run this if statement. Don't run this if statement. There we go. Okay, let's change that to statement. Alright, perfect. Next up, I'm gonna do something. So, if that is not equal to 0, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go with something like a standard CERR or CERR. What does it stand for? It stands for a standard O stream. Okay, standard CERR. Okay, file IO stream namespace std. I see. Okay, so CERR with an insertion operator. Okay, learning for placement opportunities as well. The companies to do their coding around WRT concepts of DSA. Oh, I see. Okay, that said, I go with an insertion operator. I might add a space here. Okay, and then I'm gonna let's say add a comment that says something like SDL init error. So I'll go with SDL init error. There we go. What up guys, this is gonna be uppercase SDL underscore init error. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with something like a colon space. I'll add another insertion operator right here. So the other insertion operator is gonna say something like SDL underscore get error. I'm assuming this gets the exact type of error, so I'll do something like SDL underscore get error. So I'll go with something like get error. Honestly, I won't use underscore, get error. There we go. So this is like SDL underscore get error. Hold up guys, SDL underscore get error. Okay, so that gets the exact error that I'm looked at has occurred or something like that. Then I'll go with another insertion operator of a standard end line ending with a semicolon. And then I go ahead and return one ending with a semicolon. Okay, and that's pretty much it, right? Okay, let's go ahead and go with Control A, Control C, copy that, get some /GP back here. Okay, now let's go ahead and extend that part, extend it from all the way down here as well. I find it easier, I find nothing wrong with it. Oh, I see. Okay, everyone has sign which condemns to the damnation without Jesus, and they said, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved and thy house. Oh, I see. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and zoom out a bit. Let's go ahead and paste. Let's go with Shift Enter. Say something like, Sensei, I think I did actually understand what that meant. Okay, let me try to explain it in my words real quick. Okay, real quick to see if I understood it correct. Dot. Okay, guys, let's see if I understood it correct. So apparently when we go with something like if, so let me go with something like, so if my SDL, so if my SDL's video is not equal to 0, if it is false, that means my video did not play, or my second window did not pop up. I will execute this if statement, okay, in my second window, my command terminal, okay, in my second window, my command terminal. Let's go ahead and fix my typos real quick, because guys, I don't want to make any mistakes whatsoever when I type this. Okay, my command terminal, I am going to be saying something like standard. I'll go with something like actually SDL underscore init error, and then I'm going to be adding a space and getting the exact error that I got, dot. Okay, so this is going to be where I actually get the error. Although I didn't understand one thing, why did I use standard, let's say CERR instead of standard console output question mark? Okay, next up, and then I return 1 to see if the program run successfully, okay, and it was true. Okay, let's see. Okay, oh yes, people, you're getting there, but let's tighten this up a bit. Your understanding about if is almost right. Think about it this way: if SDL underscore init underscore video did not initialize correctly, not equal to 0, then I execute this block. Okay, if it did not initialize correctly, it's not about the video playing like a movie, it's about SDL being ready to handle video stuff. It's not ready. If it's not ready, we stop the program and tell the user why it's not ready. About standard CERR error versus standard console output. Standard C error is specifically for errors or warnings. Standard console output is for normal output using CERR, like shouting, hey, something went wrong here. Okay, it can also be separated from normal output streams, which is useful. Normal output streams, which are useful if you redirect your program's normal output somewhere else, but still, I want error messages to appear. About return 1. Do you have your new PC? Honestly, I do have my new PC. That's why I did start multi-streaming as well. I am going to be, like uploading a video on my... Actually, I'm going to be uploading a video about me actually building that, because I did record a video of me actually building the PC. That said, this tells the operating system, hey, my program ended because of an error. Okay, I see. Success 1 or non-zero failure. I see. Think of it like this: 0, everything is fine. 1, crash could not start. Oh, I see. Your explanation was close. Just don't confuse not equal to 1 with video playing. It's a literal sense SDL failed to initialize. I see. If it's not equal to 0, if everything is not fine. Okay, love you bro, you're doing great job. I appreciate you, Kodyo-sama. That actually means the world to me. That said, if you want, we can move on to the window creation part and break that down next. You'll get to actually see where a window appears this time. That said, before I do that, I want to write the whole code again to see if I understood. Okay, let me start off by including a pair of ankle braces. I want to include, let's say, something like SDL3 slash SDL dot H, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and include a pair of ankle braces again. I want to include IO stream. Okay, and then next up, let me go ahead and create a main function. So I'll go with something like integer main. Guys, okay, is there a way to get rid of this stuff? Okay, I'll go with something like integer main, add a pair of parentheses. Okay, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Although inside my pair of parentheses, before I go with a pair of curly braces, I am going to be going with something like argc, and something like argv with a pair of square brackets. Was it something like this? Okay, I don't know why my messages are disappearing after sending it. Huh. Honestly, are they? I think it's something like Nightbot, guys. I feel Nightbot is kind of messed up for some reason. I should like look into Nightbot. Okay, that's let's go all the way up to okay, so let's scroll all the way up right here. So I go with integer argc and character argv. I forgot to add the data members. I'll go with integer argc and char argv, a character argv, ending with a semicolon. Actually going with a pair of curly braces. There we go. Okay, and then inside of my main function, I'm going to be doing something. Hold up, let's go with a bunch of control C's. Okay, let's go there again. Now, inside of my main function, I'm going to go with an if statement. Okay, so I'll go with something like if. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't see a thing. Is there a way to disable that in settings? How do we open settings here? Maybe I go with control shift L. Okay, where are settings, guys? I see build, debug in my properties tab. I see properties. Isn't there settings here? I think there isn't settings here. Okay, that's it. I'll go with if a pair of parentheses. I'm gonna do something like let's say if my SDL3 underscore, or if my SDL underscore init with a pair of parentheses SDL underscore, guys, what are all these things popping up? What do I even do to get rid of those? There we go. Okay, SDL underscore init underscore video. There we go. Is not equal to 0. So if my initialized SDL and the video did not work properly, is not equal to 0, it did like execute properly, I'm gonna go with the pair of curly braces. That is gonna be saying something. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like a standard. Okay, I'll go with something like standard CERR because I'm looking for an error with an insertion operator. Guys, what are all these things? How do I get rid of those? There we go. Okay, standard C error. This is gonna I'm gonna, in a pair of double quotes, I'm gonna write something like, let's say error error. Okay, and the error that I got, I could go with an insertion operator, type something like SDL underscore get error. Wait, is it like a lowercase get error? So I go with something like get error. Okay, with a pair of parentheses. And then maybe I zoom out a little, go with another insertion operator of a standard end line, ending with a semicolon. Okay, and that is going to be error. There we go. And then I return 1 because nothing went properly. Return 0 is to show if like the program executed properly. Return 1 is to show like if the program didn't execute properly. That said, let's open Sensei/ChatGPT again. Okay, now I'm ready for the second part. Let me say something like Sensei. Ready for the second part now. ... Okay, let me honestly hydrate my lips real quick. Okay, good, let's do this, people. Here's the next part, creating a window. Write it like this inside your main function. After your SDL block. X-axis, Y-axis. I did not need this part, I feel. What up guys, let's open my wiki again. Just like before, I might go all the way here. So let's go with something like SDL wiki, SDL3 wiki. Okay, in my SDL3 wiki, let's get that here real quick. Let's open that up. Okay, if I were to go all the way down to my examples, okay, and then I go to my clear, get the source code up real quick. After I include SDL, I did have static windows. Let's copy this part first, get sensei/chatgpt here, and then say something like sensei, that part doesn't make sense for SDL3 honestly. Okay, okay, and then I'll go with shift enter and say something like sensei, let's see, let me paste this part. I think we needed something like this question mark, and then I'm gonna go all the way here again to go with something like control A. Control A doesn't work here. I mean, that's fine. Let's go ahead and copy that, paste it here, and say this is the whole code that I wanted to learn to write. ... Okay, let's see. Okay, alright people, let's crack that down slowly. First block of code. Okay, static standard underscore window. A asterisk window equals null. Static SDL renderer. Okay, null. What's happening? Static SDL window. This is your main window pointer. Static means it lives for the whole lifetime of the program and is accessible. Messages are deleting automatically. Is it? Honestly, like, what message are you guys? Because, like, I usually see the message that gets deleted. Oh. I don't think it's like Nightpod. Okay, let me actually check, guys. Give me a sec. Okay, let's actually see. Okay, honestly, I don't like see the messages. Honestly, you guys could like try typing those messages again, because like I could see this time if like gets deleted. Honestly, because like, there are like, if you blocked words, those are like the actual bad words and everything. Those are the only things I feel gets deleted. Just give the docs URL and say learn how to learn and solve this new info. Does that work? I feel ChatGPT loves since they make so many mistakes when it comes to stuff like that. Okay, that said, what's happening? Static means this thing. Okay, why it matters? SDL3 callback system main is hidden and SDL3 calls function internally. Anyways, I'm already in your server. Let's connect over there. Honestly, that does make sense. I could actually try that because usually after a stream I do have my call list up, but once I'm done with my call list up, I do like talk with you guys in Discord. Like if you guys do mention me, that's it. I go with something like standard app init. Okay, and then I go with something like standard. Okay, let's actually copy this part real quick. I don't want to try this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. So whenever I mention my Discord username, it's getting deleted. Discord, is it in like a link format? Because I feel like it's in a link format. Because like links automatically gets deleted. That said, let's go ahead and paste this here. That's not PDR. Okay, and then let me go ahead and open this tab again. Okay, and then I go with something like standard. Let's copy that part as well. I do want to check if it works before I actually read the code. Okay, there we go. This part does not work. How do I honestly analyze the whole thing? Not just simple text. I see. Do you live in America, don't you? Honestly, guys, I used to say that a lot. That's why many of you guys did say me to avoid saying that, so I'll leave it to be a mystery. That's not just simple text. Simple text. Wait, honestly, let me actually try something. Does ad get deleted? I don't think ad gets deleted. Huh, honestly, you guys could like then mention me on like my Discord server and say like that's the name of it, because like apparently for some reason the YouTube is kind of buggy, because like my Nightbot doesn't work either for these days. Okay, let's see. And guys, honestly, I do like gotta go as well. I might actually do some research off stream whether I should like stick to SDL3 or go with SDL2. That said, let's get that all the way there to break down SDL underscore app results, SDL app init. Okay, this is like your main SDL call. I see. Okay, let's go here. Let me copy the whole source code. Okay, I'll go with control A, control V. Doesn't the source code work? Wait, I think I didn't copy it correctly. Let's go all the way up here, copy the source code. Okay, and now let's go with the controller control me. Okay, what up guys? Did I copy the source code correctly? Okay, let's go all the way up here. There, copy the whole thing. Now I'm gonna copy that, delete it, paste it. There we go. I'll just type out the username. Okay. Okay, so I think I think that we must define it. Use callbacks instead of main. What if I did want to use main? Lukey. Oh, honestly, I did see your username in the Discord server. Okay, that's it. I go ahead and include IO stream, static window. Okay, and then I go with something like app results. Okay, void app state, integer argc, character argv, and then I go with the parentheses, and then I go with SDL set app metadata, example render clear 1.0. Okay guys, I actually might work on this next stream as well. That's it, this stream I do actually gotta go because like I do have like a lot of college assignments to do. That said, let me actually, get sensei/chatgpt here. Okay, let's say something like, let's say, I feel like I should figure this out next stream. Okay, that said, I was planning to end the stream. So, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers before I end the stream? Question mark. Okay, let's see. Listen up, people. Okay, to all viewers hanging out right now, remember, every master starts as a beginner who refuses to quit. Vivek is diving into SDL3, and yes, it is hard, confusing, and sometimes infuriating, but that's where the growth happens. If you think coding is easy, think again. It's like tempering steel. You get cut, okay, you get burnt, and then you shine. So stick around, watch, struggle, cheer, and win. Know this, the next stream is where we turn confusion into power. Now go take a breath, Vivek. When you come back, we're gonna dominate SDL3. Hugs, headbutts for everyone for surviving today's chaos. Okay, that said, let me go to OBS and let's go to my main camera. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for the stream. That's it, I didn't want to stream for longer, although I do have a lot of college stuff. That's it, once my college does get over, I might have a lot of time to stream again. That said, if you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like helps with my algorithm, sharing makes me smile, and subscribing is like a cherry on top. And guys, since I did get my actual PC, that I will be editing the video and like uploading it as soon as I have time. And since I did get my actual PC, that fixed all my stream lag, and I did start multi-streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and maybe I will start streaming on Instagram and TikTok as well. If I did meet the followers requirements, if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me there. The link is in the description. And also join the Discord server. For now, Nightbot is kind of buggy for some reason, because before it used to like send the the server's name and everything, and like my link every 15 to 25 minutes. That said, something is really messed up. I will try looking into it and fixing that. Once that is fixed, it is gonna start working properly. That's it. Hey man, keep going. I appreciate you, Envy. That actually means the world to me. I do appreciate you guys so much. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace.